Hello beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. My name is Marianne, here to do a collective reading. I've already cleansed our space and meditated on the cards, so we are going to begin. This reading actually is a follow-up to a deck review that I did earlier, which was I did a deck review on the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck, and I pulled two cards at the end. The two cards that came out was Rana Rudu, which is loyalty, and Wizard, which is balance. I ended that video with those two cards for our cards of the day, and then something inside of me is saying, no, we're going to need to expand on this. So here we are, we're expanding on these two energies that are currently here for us today, which is loyalty and balance. So I'm going to read that for you. For those who weren't, who didn't see that deck review, I will read what loyalty is and what balance is and what came through at the time. So Rana Rudu, which is loyalty. Here we go. Excuse me. So Rana Rudu, here we go. Sits in the grass with her dog's face nestled gently next to hers on one side and the mother's cannabis plant on the other. Sunflowers emerge all around her in a bright burst of yellow. The sun is at her back as a consistently friend. Rana Rudu represents allyship and how you show up for others. Now more than ever, we need to let go of judgment and go and get to know the people in our lives who set off triggers. A trigger is only a mirror for the self to realize not everyone is the same, nor should they be. Flowers and a vintage vibe make this card feel like you've been transported to another time where elements of grace and acceptance radiate out. The expansive blue sky reminds you to go out and soak in the pure love of the sun, who shines down on all without judgment. When Rana shows up for you, ask yourself, am I being an ally to those who could benefit from my voice? Am I being an ally to myself? Where might I not be showing up for myself in ways that ripple out into the world? What stood out for me in this is the fact that it's Libra season, and then there's judgment. And as a collective, we are going through this purging. And it's fitting for the fall, if you think about it. I mean, squirrels start to gather their nuts and they save them. But this purging is more in the purging of friendship, right? We're looking at the people in our lives, and we're starting to release those who no longer serve us, and whether they're friendships or relationships or family. We're looking at those who have been with us from time and time again, who've showed their loyalty. And the fact that it's Libra season and the card of balance came out, I feel that once we start to purge and let go of things that no longer serve us, there's this balance that we start to feel. The scales start to tip, right? In the guidebook for Wizard, it says, in the Wizard card, we see how a person has transformed after applying the lessons learned. The Wizard in the card is standing on the pier watching the waves come off the sand. He maintains a sense of balance, knowing what is his will come to him and will not pass him by. The Wizard stands with three joints lined up, representing moving into the next stages of a situation. The Wizard always shows up when it is time to travel. While he stands with his back to us, we must wait for him to turn around, symbolizing the patience of the joint. The momentum to turn the ground herbs into a wand signifies growth and rite of passage delivered by the Wizard. And this plant spirit is basil. And these two cards do go hand in hand, because it talks about travel, but it's not necessarily the travel into somewhere. I mean, for some it could be, but for most, I'd like to say it's that movement and moving forward, right? The fact that we're able to let go of the people that mean the most because they no longer serve their purpose tells us that and the fact that the wizard's back is to us is like, he's not going to look back anymore. The wizard's not going to look back. It's time to move forward. And this purging of friendships, the purging of a relationship is that time where you will move forward, right? And I wanted to expand on that a little bit, especially with the loyal, like between the two cards. So let's do that. Let's see why. Let's find out a little bit more about loyalty and balance for the collective. Why is loyalty and balance here? And what does the collective need to know? What is it that they need to purge to create this balance in their life today? Tell us a little bit more of the energy that surrounds us. Look at this. It's imprisonment. Ugh. And unexpected income. Okay. So the imprisonment, again, is that purging. For some, perhaps you're in a relationship with a partner and it's run its course, or you're staying for the purposes of your children, or you're staying for other purposes, finances, right? It makes more sense economically to be with the person that you're with. But there's this confinement, not so much, there's this confinement that you're feeling within yourself that's not allowing you to be free, right? And this unexpected income just tells me this is an exchange. It's an exchange emotion between two people that aren't even talking about it. They both feel the same, but yet they don't want to say anything. Now, one can argue and say, does it have anything to do with loyalty for one another? Perhaps, but I'd like to challenge that, right? Because what loyalty are you giving to yourself? Are you really being loyal to the partner you're feeling confined in or imprisoned from? Where is that balance? Or is it really an imbalance, right? Tell us more about imprisonment and the unexpected income, please. Oh my goodness, all these cards are coming out. Okay. Cards want to talk. So we have courthouse, a pathway, despair, distant horizons, and a sudden wealth. Okay. All right. These emotions that you're currently feeling of imprisonment, confinement, and the very fact that you and your partner or you and the other person is feeling the same way brings sadness in your heart because it's an unspoken. So this despair can be the way you're acting towards one another because perhaps there's some resentment, right? Feeling the way that you feel, feeling stuck in where you're feeling stuck, right? All I need to say that very soon in the distant horizon, there's going to need to be a change in the way, in your journey, in your path, right? And that journey and that path that you take, if you look, there's like the sun at the end of the path. It's bright at the end of the path, right? At the beginning, it's pretty dark, but as you walk through the path, it starts to become brighter. There's a butterfly. There's butterflies along the way. So this tells me that this is going to be a transformational path for you, should you choose to let go. Now, the sudden wealth card is not necessarily monetary. When I look at that and I'm thinking about this pathway, the fact that it's coming sooner rather than later. And when I say distant horizon, I'm thinking like 2 to 3 months with this happening. But that sudden wealth is the sudden abundance and this freedom. Like, if you think about it, wealth is like, money can bring you freedom in some cases, right? Yes, more money, more problems. However, the sudden wealth, right, also buys you freedom, right? You get freedom away from the imprisonment that you feel, right? And that's what this pathway or this transformational journey is going to give you at the end of the day, is this sense of freedom, this sense of being able to do what you want to do, where you don't have to be bound by a person to tell them where you got to go. Or, don't get me wrong, some relationships, they thrive, they're great. But this confinement that you're feeling with this imprisonment card for those in that type of relationship, I'm hearing may not like to answer to every movement that they make. Let's just put it that way, right? I'm going to expand on courthouse. Courthouse may be the result of this despair and this exchange of, it's a mutual feeling. So let's find out a little bit more about the courthouse. So why is courthouse here? What does that have to do with loyalty and balance? Tell us more about courthouse, please. And why is courthouse here? Poverty. In poverty, I see sadness in this picture. Tell us more. Bad health, mature man, and a wealthy man. Let's put these two aside and let's talk about this courthouse and poverty. So these two go in hand. I mean, bad health could be the status of your relationship. It's a pulse check. I feel that the outcome of this courthouse is going to bring sadness. But also, I asked about how it relates to loyalty and balance. And again, as I said, that bad health is a pulse check. It's a pulse check because now you're depriving yourself of your self-loyalty, and because of that, it's bringing imbalance. Let's see, why is a mature and wealthy man here? Tell us more. Why is the mature man and wealthy man here? And how does it relate to the mature woman? Why is the mature man and wealthy man here? And how does it relate to the mature woman? Coffin. A coffin represents an ending. Right? And I think that ending is that purging that we talk about when we brought out the loyalty card. Right? Loyalty to yourself. You know, and analyzing those in your life who are loyal to you. So perhaps it could be a mature, you know, a mature man and a wealthy man, or a mature wealthy man that this is speaking of. Right? But there needs to be an end. A decision needs to be made as to whether or not you're going to purge this relationship to bring yourself balance, to start your transformational journey, you know, to bring you the abundance and freedom that you're looking for. Oops. Right. Let's find out a little bit more about the ending of the mature man and the wealthy man. Yeah. Let's see. Let's discuss the outcome here. What is the outcome for the collective? Six of Pentacles in reverse. Tell us more. There we go. Okay, we'll take that one. These ones fell out. This one wanted to come out, and we got the Queen of Pentacles for the outcome. Saying one more. Okay, outcome of the mature man. What's the outcome for the collective here for the mature man? And we have the Seven of Cups. Here are the outcomes with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. When I'm looking at the Six of Pentacles upright, I feel like there's this balancing of scales, but because it came out in reverse, there's an imbalance. So there's this weighing, you know, you're weighing your decision. I don't want to say options because there's no third party involved in here. You're just weighing your options right now. Whether or not, you know, this is the person you want to purge, is this the person you want to stay with, and you're taking a look at that from a broad view, right? A broad spectrum. Like you're looking at your friendships. So you're not only you're looking at your relationship, but you're also looking at your friendships. The fact that it came out in reverse, like I said, is because you currently are not sure of how you want to move, and that is bringing that imbalance, right? Currently. Now with the Queen of Pentacles, with the Queen of Pentacles, I see and I feel like the desire is to have it all. And this Queen of Pentacle energy is someone who can have it all, right? The stability, the beauty, you know, you'll be able to do well financially. And I'm just seeing this beautiful cloak, like it's just regal. And that has a lot to do with this sudden wealth. And again, not monetary, but more of abundance here, right? Now you're able to move the way you want to move. You have the stability that you've been looking for, and you can do it. You don't need to feel confined or imprisoned because of your financial situation, because you will find a way to come out and come on top and to kind of rule, right? And then the Seven of Cups here just says that, you're going to be provided with a lot of choices in the end, right? Not necessarily new relationships, but things are going to begin to open up for you more than ever before, because you've allowed yourself to let go of the past, let go of the pain, and you've decided to move forward with the Wizard in the hand. You've manifested this, really, if you think about the Wizard, right? They have this ability to have anything they want, like have anything magically appear, right? Like this is the time where what you think about, you bring about. And whatever it is you're thinking about and dreaming about, you're bringing about. And perhaps it is, maybe it is the decision between two men that you're trying to think about and figure out between them. Was it a mature man or a wealthy man that you're looking at, distinguished, as opposed to someone young and starting off? It could be it too, right? But either way, there's an ending here that you're called upon to do. And again, there's no male or female, it's just energy. So roles can be reversed, keep that in mind. But there's an ending that's going to happen that needs to be made, or a decision that needs to be made for an ending that will allow you to start your path, right? Start your transforming journey to allow you to get what you need to do, to bring you again these open up doors for you. Like there's a sudden change that's going to happen once you are able to remove yourself from prison. And whether that's an internal imprisonment or actual confinement in your relationships, whether it's a friendship or a partnership, right? Lots can happen for you. A lot will happen and allow you to move and be free. So what is blocking? So what is blocking the collective to achieve the loyalty and to achieve the balance that they're seeking? What is blocking? What is the blocker here? What is blocking the collective? Okay. This came out first. The King of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune. What I can say with the King of Cups, the first thing that came is there's a lot of emotions involved in here. So the hardest part is letting go of someone you truly love. Knowing that their presence is no longer, not that you don't want them anymore, that's not what I'm trying to say, but you're going down a different path. Let's just put it that way. Your journeys are different, and that's okay, right? But the thing is, there's a lot of emotions that you feel for your friend or your partner that is keeping you where you're at. And because of this Wheel of Fortune, I just feel is stagnant. It's also in water, right? It's also very emotional. You have the choice to kind of spin the wheel and see where to go and what choices you have ahead of you. But because there's so much emotion involved in there, I just feel that there's a stagnation. There's no movement. There's no, I don't want to say desire, because I think the desire is there to spin the wheel and find movement. But I feel like you're just stuck. You're just stuck in this, you're just stuck in it. And I feel that it's more fear and emotion. I almost want to say that I'm seeing rust on this wheel. Like that's why it's so hard to move now. It's because you've stayed in it for so long that it's rusted over. Right? Okay. Tell us more about the Wheel of Fortune. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Huh? Yeah, the Empress and the Four of Pentacles. You know, the first thing that came to mind when I saw this Empress is a ring that has no end. I was thinking when I saw it was a wedding ring. And you take your vows and your marriage, if you know, this union, very seriously and to heart. And that's probably what's your values, your beliefs in marriage and unionship is what's keeping you, right? I don't know if you could see it through the camera, but for me, what I'm seeing is someone who's giving and then someone who's putting it back. So there's a give and receive between the two of you. It's like there's this mutual, equal respect for one another. So not only is there that exchange of, you know, that you're feeling the same here, because you're feeling the same feelings of, you know, confinement, but this Four of Pentacles here, that's another reason. Like there's a giving and a receiving between the two of you. Like there's a partnership, like that equal partnership, but for whatever reason, you know, you're still feeling trapped. I want to say, and what I'm hearing is like it looks all good on paper, but the emotions that you feel inside is not what everybody sees. So everybody's seeing is this give and take relationship. Everybody's seeing this value that you have on your union and your marriage and your wedding. But no one is understanding the pain and the hurt that is being felt within. Let's get the final message here for the collective. What does Spirit need to tell us? What is Spirit letting us know? Put this final message here. Final message, please. Final message. It's a lot, but okay. We'll take it. Oh, it's only 3. Okay. So you have, these are really thick cards. Okay, so we have Cloud Meditation, which is look up. Walking Meditation, which is just go. Higher Perception, which is passion. And then you have Idagio, which is karma. I feel with this one, with look up, is, I had it in my head, is relating to letting you know that everything's going to be okay. That all this despair, all this sadness that you may be feeling, right, will dissipate. The moment you make the decision, and this just go is just to make the decision that's right for you, right? The higher perception or passion is, for me, when I think about this and look at it, is tuning into your higher self and into your guides to provide you with guidance and what you need to do. And perhaps that is for you to take a walk, to clear your heads, to go into the forest, to meditate, to ground yourself, to get the ideas that you want, to get the thoughts that you need or the downloads that you need to know how to move, and that's going to come through here. I'm going to read on karma. I'm going to read on karma, but parts of me want to say to you that you're being taken care of and looked after by your guides. That's my initial gut when I see that. But let's read into that. Okay, so that's Idajo. Okay. Okay. Idajo shows the quantum potential symbolized on the flag the angel's carrying, indicating on some level you have already manifested what it is you are harvesting. This card emerges what a time of clarity and a time for you to be aware, focused and ready to bask in your accomplishments. Idajo reminds you that not everyone will be happy about your harvest, and that in itself is okay. That does not take away from your harvest and does not add to theirs. If Idajo appears, it is time to stop judging yourself and others so hard. The beautiful green and yellow wings open up your heart center and enable you to fully embrace the fruits that come from nourishing the seeds you planted in the workings of Rai. If this card appears for you, it is time to ask yourself, am I bringing the past into this harvest? Meaning my crop isn't as good as it could be? Have I shut down my heart? And am I ready to recreate myself? That is just a beautiful ending, collective, to your reading. I hope there was something here for you. If not, that's okay. And not everything will resonate. Just leave it behind. If it does, I encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel. That not only lets me know that you've enjoyed the reading, and that when my next reading is coming, but it also lets me know, like I said, that you enjoyed the reading as much as I enjoyed reading it for you. Have yourself a wonderful day, and namaste.